Hello everyone, welcome to my channel where we talk about all things self-development. Today I have such a good topic for us, such a topic that I love so much. I really adore this topic specifically. I love money. I love everything that has to do with money. I love to learn how money moves. I love to learn how to save money. And I just love to learn how to multiply my money. So today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about money. I see money as an energy, and what are some ways in which I honor money and save money and move my money around in order to have a healthy relationship with my finances and in order to have my money multiplied essentially. I want you to do this. I want you to imagine waking up each day with confidence, knowing that your financial future is secure. Success is not just about climbing the corporate ladder. You could be really rich and not have, let's say, a college degree or not ever work a day in corporate. But success is about having the freedom to live your best life on your own terms. So without further ado, we're going to be uncovering some secrets about mastering your money. Not really secrets, it's probably stuff you probably heard before and you're gonna hear me repeat it again because it's the same formula for everything, especially when it comes to money. The most successful people all follow the same type of pattern when it comes to their money. And that is essentially live off on less than you make. But how do you do that? How do you plan for that? How do you manage that? Well, we're gonna talk about this here. Let me ask you this, my friends. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by bills, receipts, financial documents, maybe student loan paperwork that you're gonna have to do, maybe credit card loans that you have to do, paperwork for insurance, paperwork for car payments? I know you have, because I have gotten that stressed when it comes to bills, all these papers that, insurance, 401k, all these many different things that require money, not just receipts, and a lot more than that. So if you're nodding your head, yes, which I'm assuming a lot of you did because I did as well, you're not alone. You are not alone, my friend. What if I told you that the clutter in your finances could be as simple as tidying up your living space? Yep, you heard me. And maybe that's why it might be a little bit difficult for some of you, because it's your living space a mess. Your living space being a mess reflects a lot of what's going on in your mind. Maybe you're overwhelmed and you're stressed. So you want to make sure your house is tidy, just like your money and your money paperwork and your bills are all tidy. So this was, and sometimes it continues to be, my reality. My desk always a mess. My email inbox overflowing with unread statements from banks and bills and this and that. No clear picture where my money was going because, subscription over here, send money over there, pay for this, pay for that, pay for the third. It's so exhausting. One day, though, I decided that was enough. I decided to educate myself on all things money. And I have to say, this might be controversial. I listened, the one person that really resonated with me on the internet was Dave Ramsey and the Ramsey team and Financial University. They have a course, so if you want to check that out. So that's when I decided that it was enough. I started listening to podcasts about how to fix my money. I looked on YouTube, on videos, how to get my finances in order. What do I need to do? So let me share that here with you. The number one thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to gather all your financial documents. It could be electronic, it could be paper that you get in the mail. Gather everything. Gather everything in one place. Your tax returns, your W-2s, your work form, your student loan forms, any relevant paperwork. Having everything in one place gives you a very good overview of the state of your finances. Next, I want you to categorize and label your papers and all your financial statements. Create labels for each category, such as bills, bank statements, taxes, investments. Use folders, use binders to keep everything in a category separate from each other. Let me tell you, once you're a grown-up, once you're an adult, out of college, out of high school, the most important paperwork you're going to be receiving are financial papers and medical papers. So you're going to want to do this with your medical stuff as well. So you should do this with your financial papers. I want you to create a financial calendar. Very important. You could do this on Excel, or you could just buy a calendar and you're going to write down all the bills that you're going to have to pay, anything that is due, anything that is an automatic payment, so that you can remember to have money in your account, so that when that money is withdrawn, you don't go on overdraft. Use a physical planner, use a digital calendar, anything that works for you. Make sure you do that. Avoid any late fees, because if you have your calendar, you know what's coming up, so you don't have any overdraft or you're not owing anybody anything. Once you have your calendar, once you have a clear overview of your finances and you have everything organized, I want you to continue to review and adjust regularly all these paperwork. Set aside some time, maybe once a month, once a week, every 3 months, whatever works for you, and review your financial situation. If you are on top of it, you should more or less have in your head an idea of your current financial net worth, or how much money you have overall. So you're going to be going over your budget, check your accounts, make any necessary adjustments. If you have goals, if you're planning on a trip, what are you gonna do to save money for that trip? Or what are you gonna do to save money for that big event, a wedding or something? So it's important that you regularly review to help you stay on track and make very informed decisions about your spending, okay? What I like to do with my finances, I don't like to just receive money in a paycheck and put it in the bank account and just keep it there. I used to do that when I was younger, but that really just doesn't work, because what you're essentially doing is that you're giving the banks your money and they could do whatever they want with it. You're not getting any interest on that money, and you're just lending them your money for free. I like to set financial goals. It's important for you to set financial goals. If you want to buy a house, if you want to save X amount for retirement, if you want to save X amount for this, X amount for that, we all have wants and needs. Set your financial goals. If you want to move to a new apartment, set your goals. Have short-term and long-term goal with your financial objectives. Create a vision board. This is super helpful. This will help you visualize your financial aspirations. So important. You must have a budget. You should always have a budget. Tell your money what to do, where to go. Have a budget and make sure that you stick to your budget. Track your income, track your expenses. Not only are you tracking your expenses, but when you're spending, make sure that you're sticking within your budget and that the money that you're spending is for stuff that you already have money set aside for that. Use any apps. There are plenty full of apps. I like to use Google Excel. They already have a template made up, or you can find plenty of templates with budget sheets. So what essentially does, you input your income, your paycheck for the week, and you tell it what percentage of that paycheck you want it to go for your utilities, what percentage do you want it to go for any debt that you have, and what percentage do you have it to go for the things that you need, your fun and your... Next, this is very important, and actually Dave Ramsey talks a lot about this, is about having an emergency fund. It is so important to have an emergency fund. Dave Ramsey recommends that you have $1,000 emergency funds, but you can have even more. Try to save 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. That's if you don't have any debt, or depending on your debt, try to have at least $1,000 emergency fund. Keep this fund easily accessible, but separate from your regular savings. I like to keep my emergency fund in a high yield savings account where it's there as an emergency, but it's also earning some interest. After you have created your emergency fund, you have your little $1,000 or your 3 to 6 months living expenses. You want to take care of all your debt. This is so important. I know a lot of people don't like to prioritize debt, but paying your debt is so important. Dave Ramsey recommends that debt snowball, where you start with your smallest to your largest. I like to say start with your credit card debt. Do not have any type of credit card debt. I pray to you. Try to avoid credit card debt. If you're gonna use your credit card, make sure you already have the money in your savings account so you could just pay it off right away, so that you're only getting the benefits from the credit cards. I personally only have one credit card that earns cash back, and I just use that to shop for things, but I never use that credit card if I don't have the money already. I have done it in the past where I've used it and I didn't have the money there, and the interest just ate me up, and it took me more than 1 year just to pay for that credit card. It was a nightmare. Next, after you've taken care of everything debt, you have your emergency fund. Now you're wondering, now what do I do with my money? Trying to have some fun. Okay, I love the fact that you want to have fun. Do your fun thing, but make sure that fun means investing in yourself. That's a fun thing, investing in yourself. You are the prize. You should be putting money towards you, whatever extra money you have, towards you, investing in yourself. And I don't mean going out and spending it and throwing it out on food. I mean personal development, courses, certification, workshops, skin, hair, anything that will make you look good if you think that that's what you need to do, or anything that's going to improve you in your career, whether courses or anything that will work for you. Try to invest on yourself. Make sure that your money is spent wisely. Next, you're going to want to plan for retirement. Save your little coins for your retirement, because you don't want to be 70, 80 and having to still work or live off the government. Save for retirement. Take advantage of some employer sponsors 401k. You can open up a Roth IRA and start putting money into that. You can do an IRA or a Roth IRA for extra savings. Next, after you've taken care of emergency fund, debt, and retirement, and you've decided to invest on yourself, I want you to think about diversifying any type of investments that you have. Retirement is an investment. You are an investment, investing on yourself. But I want you to also think about what are other ways that I can make money. Passive income, investments, stocks. That could be maybe property rentals, whatever works for you. Vending machines, laundromat, whatever works for you. There's many ways to diversify your investments. Many different ways. Bonds, funds, real estate, you name it. Another way to be financially successful is by negotiating salaries or asking for raises. Many of you are in a job where you've been there for years. It's time to ask for that promotion. You're there all the time. You barely take days off. Ask for your promotion. Stand up for yourself. If you don't stand up for yourself, nobody will stand up for you. So make sure you're asking for these promotion. And if you're not getting the promotion and you think you deserve it, start searching somewhere else. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm telling you, look for somewhere else where maybe you will be better valued. And that might make your current employer turn an eye and say, okay, maybe I don't want to lose you. Let me give you your little promotion. Next, as always, this is always something you would always want to do, is seek professional advice. Become friends with an accountant, find yourself an accountant friend, or visit a professional accountant. You want to always consult with people who move money for a living. Like accountants understand money, they know what to do with money. So you want to have a good accountant in your connections, in your friend group. I think that's a great idea. Or just consult a financial advisor that can help you create a personalized financial plan for you, for your family, for your future. The next thing I'm going to want you to do is to take care of your insurance, life insurance, health insurance, etc. Health insurance can be very expensive. So you're going to want to set aside some money for health insurance, or you're going to want to negotiate or find a health insurance that is right for you. There are so many insurance plans offered by the government, offered by employers. So sit down, take your time, and look through insurance in your insurance policy. A lot of times you can include or exclude certain things, and that could really help the price and the payment for your insurance. Next, I want you to stay informed. Stay informed about money. Keep up with financial news and trends. I'm not saying keep up with regular news, financial news. That's the one that affects you. Regular news may or may not affect you, but financial news, they affect us all. So I want you to understand what is happening with the market, what is happening with, okay, did they forgive student loans? If they did that, anything financial, I want you to stay on top of it. That's also a really good way to call money into your life. If you are always remembering that money is an energy and that money loves you and that you're attracted to money and that money comes to you easily. Money will flow to you easily. The more you know about money, the more you're opening the doors for money to come into your life. That's how I like to see it. So the last thing that you're gonna do with money, the last thing I like to do with money is to keep a positive mindset and to make sure that you're spending mindfully your money. If you don't have money to go out, don't do it. If you don't have enough money for a trip, just don't do it. I don't know how people do it, but it pains me physically to spend money on a trip that's gonna leave me broke. I could never do that. If I am going on a trip, I'm gonna make sure the money that's coming out for the trip, I already have on reserve as extra money, and it's not going to it's not gonna break my wallet or anything like that. So you're going to want to make sure you're being responsible and that you're being mindful about how you're spending your money. And you want to make sure you have a positive money mindset. The one book that I love to read about positive money mindset is Think and Grow Rich. Read that, reread that. That is my one book recommendation. There are plenty full of books out there. The Psychology of Money, so many amazing books, but the one that I really love to read on repeat is Think and Grow Rich. That book has really changed my life, and it really comes highly recommended from a lot of other successful people. Lastly, I have to tell you that once you have your money in order, once you have your finances in order and you're thriving, you're doing really well, please do not forget to give back. Give back with the energy and the idea that that money is gonna come back to you tenfold. Don't be afraid to give back to the community, to give back to the people around you, to tip for a good service, because that shows your gratitude, and so eventually that shows how grateful you are for the money that you're receiving, and that money just comes right back to you tenfold. So there you have it. These are my tips, my financial tips. This is how I like to move around with money. If you enjoyed this video and you want me to make more videos like this, please don't forget to subscribe, comment, or like. Give me your tips, give me your ideas. How do you manage your money? Did I miss anything here? Did I miss anything about money? How do you manage yours?